What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Don't forget, drop the elbow on that thumbs up button. You know how we do it around here. You adjust the computer. What's up? What's up, Alex? The defending champion is in the house. Alex Chu, defending. What's up, my man? What is up? All right, today we're going to be going over a little bit about that Gilbert Burns, the Usman Masvidal in the talks. Man, what happens if Masvidal comes back positive and he can't fight? What are we going to do next? We're going to talk a little bit about the rest of the UFC 251 main card. Ribas, Vanzant, Andrade, Thug Rose is back. We got Jan Aldo and Max and Volkanovski. Can't forget about that one. We're going to talk a little bit about Max's training and also a little bit about Brendan Schwab. Schwab. I believe that's how you say it. Apparently he got the corona. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Rory McDonald gives a little business side of MMA. Talk a little bit about that interview, and we'll go from there. But you already know how we do it. Let me know where you guys are coming from, where we repping. I know Alex is in the house, the defending champ. Got Richard Montreal's back. Let me know where you guys from. And don't worry, got the Rockstar firing it up today. Give everybody a second to join in, and then we'll get to it. Astroshine, what's up, man? Astroshine says, I love your channel, dog. I never subscribed, but I had to for your channel. My man. Boom. Fist pump right there, bro. Gracias, amigo. Yeah, we're going to keep kicking out some awesome content for you guys. Mixed martial arts, investing, real estate, finances. We're going to keep it coming. So welcome to the channel, Astroshine, and welcome to the live stream. Florida's in the house. New York State's in the house. Oh, man. Ooh, upstate New York. Brooklyn's in the house. All right, all right. Jersey. Yep, Jersey's back. What's up, Christopher? Liverpool. The UK's in here. Clinton Township, Michigan. What is up? One of my coaches, Don Richard, has a gym in Clinton Township, or he used to. I know he merged with a different gym, but what is up? Tampa, Florida, Mexico City. Okay. Detroit, Collision's in the house. What's up, Collision? San Francisco and hates his job. Yeah, San Francisco is one of the most expensive places for rentals or for living expenses, man. Shout out San Francisco. Only place, I think San Diego is like number 9. I think San Francisco is 1 or 2, man, for the most expensive cities to have to rent a property in, and obviously to buy as well. It's crazy. Chicago's in the house. Salt Lake City, Houston, Texas. What's up? The Deep South's in here. Michigan native here. What's up, Jason? Yeah. Cork City. Why is San Francisco so expensive to live in? Oh, man, San Francisco, you have a lot of tech companies up there, a lot of businesses, a lot of attractions, good foods, but a lot of businesses. I'm thinking off the top of my head, I know Google, I believe, is up there, and a couple other big businesses. And a lot of times, guys, when businesses move to a certain area, it produces jobs. And when you have jobs in a certain area, that produces people wanting to live there. And that helps drive up the economy, helps drive up the prices. And it doesn't help, good weather, attractions, stuff like that. That really helps drive up the prices. What's up, Dim Sum? Just joined. I like it. I like it. Montana. Is that Tony Montana? What's up? Do I think fighters are underpaid? I think fighters deserve more than 12 to 18% of the revenue. I'll leave it at that. I feel like fighters leave a lot of money on the table, but you don't really realize that until you get higher up in the game. And then by that point, you you're at a point where either you're top 2, top 3, or you're looking back on your career going, man, I could see how fighters leave a lot of money on the table. So I think fighters are paid, but I think there's definitely more that could be paid overall. So let's start. Gilbert Burns tests positive, man, and is off UFC 251. Wow, dude, I woke up yesterday with that and cannot believe it. What a crazy, crazy time. Gilbert Burns having the opportunity of his life, gets a title shot. Masvidal was out, couldn't pay him enough. He was arguing with the UFC, wanted to be paid more. Gilbert Burns steps in. Hey, I'll fight. Apparently accepted whatever price. And it was Gilbert Burns versus Usman, man, for the title. Apparently Usman was ready to step on the plane. Gilbert got the test, and, man, he's tested positive, and he's out. So that's just crazy. It just shows where we're at right now in this game. You know, it's you don't know. You don't know if you're going to fight or not. You can basically hope for the best, but, I mean, I think a lot of people don't even know if they have it or not. And obviously Gilbert, man, about to go to Dubai, about to get the opportunity of a lifetime, make a bunch of money, win that world title, and then test positive, and boom, you're out, man. You're out. So thoughts with Gilbert, and another opportunity though for Masvidal now. Now they're talking Masvidal's coming in, and apparently UFC must have paid him, man. They must have, because I don't really see Masvidal coming in and fighting without getting paid what he wants, especially now. You know, when it comes to business, it's leverage. It's leverage, man. And whenever you can get leverage over the competition, the better. And you know, you look at somebody like Masvidal. Masvidal doesn't have any leverage, right? Burns took all that leverage away. When Burns took the fight, Masvidal lost all leverage. UFC's like, hey, we'll go with him. He's cheaper. And now Burns tested positive. So now UFC's like, oh, man, like Masvidal's stock's looking pretty good right now, and we'll pay a premium to get you in on the card. So props to Masvidal. I hope he's getting paid. Good for him. Oh, Dean Nasser's coming in. What's up, Big Dean? Who wants to see Dean reclaim his title? Oh, man. So far right now, Dean is the Super Chat champion. Dean's a defending champion, and people that have went up against him in the past didn't do too good. So shout out Dean. And Alex coming in also with a question here. Let's see. Do you think Poirier can take Covington? Oh, man. Alex, you're always coming in with the good questions, man. Man, that's interesting, because Poirier's boxing is so good, and Covington's boxing is good, but it's more volume. Poirier's got more power. The wrestling department, I would be interested to see, Alex, if Colby can take down Poirier. If he can take down Poirier, he's going to win. And I think he could take down Poirier. So I'm going to go with Covington on that one. What is up, Jessica? Welcome back. Welcome back. Warmir. Oh, man. Dang, Dean and Warmir were going at it last time for the Super Chat Championship. Oh, man. Speaking of Dean, guys, me and Dean have had a couple of great chats as well, talking about real estate, one-on-one coaching call, talking about dieting, fighting, training, all that. So shout out Dean, coming in hard, always wanting to learn, having that growth mindset. Super, super important, man. If you guys are trying to be successful in anything, definitely want to have a growth mindset, always trying to learn, always trying to get better. All right, so first off right now, I guess we're just waiting to see if Masvidal's tests come back good, is apparently the word on the street. You know, apparently it seems like Masvidal's the number one pick. We're waiting to see if his tests come back clear. If they do, then he's flying out to Dubai and going to fight in like 6 days. So, and I heard, I was listening to Max Holloway's interview. He was talking about the protocol for this whole situation with the pandemic going around. And apparently you're on 48 hours lockdown before you get on your flight. And then when you get there, you're on another 48-hour lockdown. You take another test. And then I believe after the fight, you're on another 48-hour lockdown. So, man, it's crazy. It's crazy the sacrifice the fighters got to go through right now, and the commitment, man, that they're going through. So, dude, that's That's gangster on Masvidal's part. And my fight, guys, I'm waiting. I'm waiting on my fight. I believe it was supposed to be the end of this month. Now it's early August, so I'm chilling right now, man. I'm training. I'm chatting on YouTube with you guys. I'm doing videos and just staying fresh right now. Staying fresh because I feel like I've been in a training camp waiting around forever, man. So yeah. What do you guys think that Masvidal is gonna test clean and actually go through with the fight? What do you guys think? MMA is the only sport running right now. Yep. Yeah, I mean, UFC and MMA, man, they're leading the charge. You already know, Harry, you got that rock star right here. Yeah, I mean, I think the fight's going through. I think Masvidal's going to come back good. I think he's going to get on that plane. I think he's going to go out there. I think we're going to see Masvidal and Usman this weekend. Man, how dope is that, though, huh? I mean, that's a good fight. I'm thinking, man, on paper, Usman's got to be the favorite for sure. I just feel like Masvidal, man, he's tough to take down, and his striking is really, really good. His distance, he might give Usman some problems. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, Alex coming in. I think he's battling Dean today. Jeez. Alex says, let's see what he has here. I want to see a battle of Detroit. You versus Lee. How do you beat him? Would you ever consider coming out to the ring with that Michigan swagger like Lee or Perry? Define Michigan swagger. Is if you're talking about having my girlfriend in the corner, no, I'm not going to do that. I feel like if you're talking about Kevin Lee's tough, man. He's a good fighter. You know, I definitely see holes in his game, and I think I'm a better fighter all around. But you know, Kevin's in his lane right now. I'm in my lane. Who knows though? Maybe sometime down the road. Would you ever consider coming out to the ring with that? Yeah. What is Michigan swagger? I want to know. How do you define that? Dancing to the ring. Probably not. I mean, I like to have my little footwork. I like to stay just loose. But as far as just a straight up dance, nah, probably not. I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but I'm more or less thinking about messing somebody up and beating somebody up and just staying loose. That's where I'm at right now. But great question. Swagger equals dancing to the ring. Okay. I think dancing, Alex, is also a very underrated training aspect. You know, because dancing is rhythm, dancing is cardio. So if you know, like for myself, sometimes I'll go do some dance classes, mix up the training, and it keeps you loose and on rhythm, which is important. All right, so what do we got? So we got, what happens if Masvidal doesn't fight? Who do you guys think's the backup? You think Colby? You think they're gonna fly out Colby, or do you think they're just gonna scratch the fight? What do you guys think? I could see them scratching it. I don't know. I don't see Colby jumping in, especially at this point. I see them scratching it. You're scrapping it. But I don't know how you're gonna scrap the main event on a pay-per-view, dude. That just seems tough as far as viewers and people tuning in, right? You know, you think the main event, you need that one. Tony Montana, Myles, will you ever sell your cornerman position? I would be open to it, dude. Depending on, you know, because you get 3 cornermen. If I have 2, I'll take my boy Jeremy, and I'll take my coach Alex, my coach Eric, and we'll go from there, man. I'll put the other one up on eBay. That'd be funny, huh? I want to see somebody do that, though. I want to see what they, like, you could get price-wise, what the market is in the price for that. What if it was like $100,000 or something, like some dude out there this was like, I want to be in the corner of a UFC fighter, and boom, but I would bid $100,000. That'd be crazy. Oh man. So yeah, so we got we got a fight so far. We'll see if they scrap it. I'm not sure yet if Masvidal doesn't go through with the fight or if he tests positive. I don't know if they'll continue with the Usman fight. They might just push it back. But the rest of the card, UFC 251 main card, we obviously got Max Volkanovski, dope fight. I seen Max said he did all of his training for this fight via Zoom. That's crazy, huh? He didn't train with any coaches. He didn't train with any training partners. He basically stayed quarantined, and Max did all of his training at home, which is insane, right? How do you do all your training for a world title fight against Volkanovski, a guy you lost to, at home? But I dig Max's mindset though, man. He's just like, we got it, we're good. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna take care of business. And man, I love that mindset. I think that's a gangster mindset to have. And that kind of makes me lean towards Max a little bit more in this fight. I was thinking Volkanovski would get him, but I watched Max versus Ortega, and then I watched Max versus Volkanovski, and it just seemed like Max was more fired up for that Ortega fight. Like Max was like there more for it. And then we'll see where Max's mindset's at leading into this fight. I'm thinking I might change my opinion on that fight. I might think Max is going to take it, man. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, Rob South. What's up, Rob? I love that thumbnail, dude. Got the vicious lion. Dope. Let's see here. Let's see what Rob has to say. The plan the whole time was for Jorge to fight Usman. UFC loves to change things up and drive pay-per-view sales in the last week. This tactic is old. I see like where you're looking at it from, Rob, but I just feel like marketing wise, as far as work wise, I feel like UFC, I don't know. I don't see that happening. Maybe, but to me, UFC likes to have control over everything. They don't like things changing last minute like that. That freaks them out. They like knowing what's happening all the time. Everything's part of the process. And when you throw like a wrench into that process, I think it messes with them. So I don't really see them doing that, Rob, but I see your point for sure. I mean, maybe it'd be a good marketing play. Get everybody fired up that, Masvidal isn't fighting. And then boom, hey, he's fighting. So we got Max Volkanovski, that's dope. We got Peter Yan and Aldo. That's going to be a banger. I mean, that's probably going to be – that might be the number one fight on the card, guys. Peter Yan and Jose Aldo. I mean, Peter Yan bangs, dude. Great striking. Jose Aldo comes out and bangs as well. I just rewatched Jose Aldo versus Marlon Moraes. Dude, Aldo stalked him down the whole fight, in his face, getting after it. So I think in this fight, it's going to be whoever pushes the other guy back. Will Peter Yan be able to push Aldo back, or will Aldo be able to push Peter Yan back? That's the real question, man, in this fight. I think it's going to be a great one, though. Yes, Peter Yan is dangerous. Absolutely. Man, I after watching the last couple of his fights, he's dangerous. But so is Aldo, though. You know, you see Aldo, man, he's just as good with time and kicks, boxing, everything. So it's interesting to see if Jan's going to make that next step, or if Aldo's going to win another world title. I mean, this will be Aldo's third or fourth title? I mean, I know he won a lot at 145, but man, Rob says he doesn't see Aldo losing this fight. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see Aldo being in and out boxing Jan, obviously landing some kicks. So we'll see, man. I do think that this can be a banger because I think Jan is hungry and mean. So it's gonna be a banger for sure. I'm thinking that's probably the best fight on the card is what I'm thinking. Unless Masvidal comes in, that might change stuff up. But we're still Burns and Burns is out. But if the Usman fight doesn't go through, then I would definitely be thinking Jan versus Aldo for fight of the night. And then what about we got Andrade versus Thug Rose is coming back. I'm excited for Thug Rose to come back. She's been off a minute, I think, since her last loss. And Andrade's a tough fight to come back to. I think that's the girl that knocked her out, right, with the slam. So I'm interested to see that. I want to see Thug come back. Seems like she's got, her head back in the game, and she's kind of dialed in from what I've read. So very cool. We're going to see Thug Rose come back. And then we got Paige Vanzant. Paige Vanzant's fighting against Rebus and Paige Vanzant. So a couple of girl fights on this card and 3 title fights so far. So stacked UFC 251. Oh, Alex coming back. Alex has got a statement here. I saw Lombard KO a new guy who asked to spar with him at the gym. Have you done the same? Let me see, a new guy at the gym? No, but I've definitely rocked some people sparring. But where's that at, Alex? What gym are you at? Is that Florida? Or is that Lombard? Yeah, because Hector Lombard. I do remember a story when I went to where was it? Dan Henderson's gym, Team Quest in Temecula, California. And I remember the first day I got there, a couple of guys were like, "Hey, be careful sparring with Lombard because he goes hard, meaning he'll knock you out." Oh, Alex said it was on a YouTube video. Yeah, I could see that happening, man. That happens a lot. You see people come into the gym and want to test themselves against a top-level fighter, and they get the business. You know what I mean? You see, what was the video also with Dom Cruz and the ninja guy that wanted to come in and battle Dom? Big mistake, man. Big mistake. I would suggest being humble and not being arrogant if you're going to come in and spar with a world-class fighter, especially Lombard, man. Lombard will knock you out. So great stuff, Alex. Great stuff. So do you guys think Max training on Zoom, you think that's that's real? Or do you think he's kind of just messing around trying to play some mind games? Because I don't know, that just seems crazy, right? You're not training at all for a world title fight just via Zoom. Like, I get gyms are closed down, I get all that, but I just feel like there's other ways you could still train. You can still train without just doing Zoom. So I don't know though. I don't know. Max is wild. Max messes around. He's flexing no way. What's up? Greetings from Germany. What's up? What's up? I don't think so. Jason doesn't think Max Blessed is in it anymore. Max loses based off dieting alone, eating donut and fried chicken sandwiches. I think Max does mess around a lot too, and he's just very laid back. But there's definitely no way Max is sleeping on this fight, messing around like that. I think he might be messing around a little bit. I do think he did some training though. He had to have trained with some people, I would think. Because if you're going to go into this fight and not train with a team, dude, you got to be mentally prepared. You're just dialed in and ready to rock and roll. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Max is just so comfortable at a place in his life that he just needs to make sure he's in shape. And if he's in shape, then I don't need to spar. I don't need to grapple. I already know I got the skills. So I love the mindset. I'm interested to see. Chili Williams. Let's see what Chili's got to say. What's up, my man? I got my money on Rose. I think she will outpoint her. Side note, keep doing what you're doing, my guy. You are using your platform the best way possible. Yes, Chili, I think so too, man. I think Rose can definitely outpoint her, out slick her. Rose has got clean boxing, trains with Trevor Whitman. She's got power in both hands. She's mean. So yes, I could see that for sure. And thank you, man. Thank you for the love, the respect, dude, for doing what I'm doing. My goal is just to continue educating, inspiring people, and who knows, maybe entertaining a little bit. Try and do a little entertainment. But fighting in finance, man. I mean, who doesn't want to talk about some MMA fights, and who doesn't want to get their money right? I mean, why wouldn't you? So yes, Chili, my man, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. All right, so what's up? Brendan Shaw got, I guess I was watching a little bit of his stuff, and he had the sickness, we'll call it, and I guess he was saying how he went and did a show in Texas, him and Brian, and he got tested, and apparently he had it, man. He had the sickness, and I guess he was out, fist bumping people, no social distancing, was basically out there just talking, fist bumping people, all, in people's face, just possibly spreading it. So at least he owned up to it, though. But that's crazy. I hope he seems like he's healthy, though. Him and Brian basically both said they didn't really feel anything. And Brian, I guess, is waiting to see if he actually has it. He was getting tested, but good to see that those guys are healthy. They're not crazy sick, no complications. So yes, I thought that was crazy, though. That's being out there on shows, man, with everything that's going on. That's hustling. That's staying to your schedule. That's working, man. That's commitment. Because it's crazy times we're in right now with everything. NI7, it's got a question. I'm 27, starting MMA late. What is your best advice? So first off, welcome to the channel. And 27, that's not necessarily late, man. That's not necessarily late. Granted, yes, you could have been starting at 18, but 27 is not late. It's not too late. What is the best advice? So I would say there's a couple of things. I would say first off, if you want it bad enough, you'll do it. So if you want to make this a career, if you want to be successful, you want to make it to the UFC, you'll make it happen. So integrity, man, stick to your word. If it's really what you want, do it. And next thing I would say, just train hard, get around some great coaches and a great team, and man, have fun. I mean, those are some of the things to get you started. But you really have to make it a priority. If this is what you want to get into MMA and you want to make it to the big show, you have to go all in and you have to be committed and stick to your word. If you say you're going to do it, do it. So great stuff. TB Boss, rest in peace. I'm not going to try and butcher his name here. Abdullah Manap Nagamagov. Yes, I was actually gonna say something earlier and I forgot. So thank you, TB Boss, for bringing that up. But prayers and just blessings going out to Khabib and his family, because I mean, I can only imagine what he's going through. His father was a big part of the game, great coach, and man, he's going to be missed by the MMA community, and obviously, Khabib, his son. Blessings to them. I mean, there's not much I can say about that, man. I don't know what that's like to lose a father and to lose not only a father but a coach and somebody that seemed like a rock to Khabib. So sending good energy towards him. I trust his father's in a better place, looking down on him, and obviously his father is super proud of his son, Khabib, of their team, and his father definitely did have a life worth living while he was here. So yes, and it was from complications too, from the sickness going around, guys. So again, I'm not saying what's 100% real, what's not real, but there's definitely a sickness going around, and it's not helping out people that are elderly, people that have health complications from other stuff. So prayers go out to Khabib's family and his father. All right. So Rory McDonald, I was reading, he did an interview and he said, Rory McDonald's advice on the business side of MMA. And this is what he said. Rory McDonald, obviously savage, title challenger, very, very great fighter. You pretty much have to fend for yourself. Martial artists, most of the money is going to the promotion. We don't have anything like the Ali Act that's protecting us and getting, a fair distribution of the money that's coming in from these events. So in current situation, the current market, you pretty much have to fend for yourself, is what I see. So Roy's basically saying, to me, I do agree to that to a certain point. Fighters don't have a lot of leverage right now compared to the promotions, and that's a lot to do with the fighters not coming together, man. It's tough because you basically get offered what you get, and that's it. And obviously, if the biggest organization, 12 to 18% revenue, I think that should be definitely higher. I agree with what Rory's saying. He went on to say in the interview as well, like a lot of fighters, when you're coming up, you're thinking the money's going to come, the money's going to come, the money's going to come. And it's not to say that like money doesn't come, but you're always left in a position with the contracts. From my experience and what it seems like he's saying as well is it's never enough, man. It's never enough. And granted, I know some people are going to say, what's enough? What's not enough? You're always going to want more money. Yes. But there should come a point where you financially are taken care of, man. And I'm talking millions. I'm not talking $50,000 to fight Robbie Lawler main event. So I hear what he's saying, man. I hear what he's saying. Fighters have to fend for themselves. You have to do what's best for you business-wise. You have to think of yourself as a fighter as your own business. Nobody else is going to do it for you. The promotion ain't going to take care of you. They're not going to send you checks later on when you're not fighting. And it's a short window, man. It really is. So I love what he's saying. I hear what he's saying. Fighters have to fend for themselves. The promotions, all the money runs through the promotion first, and then the fighter gets paid after. So, the promotion's in control a lot of the finances. So, yeah, that's what's going on in the MMA world today. I'm interested to see where these fights go this weekend. And on investing and in the economy, let's talk. So unemployment falls to 11%, 4.8 million jobs are gained in June. Oh, Alex coming back in. Alex got a question. What is your walkout song? I don't have a specific one, Alex. It just kind of depends what I'm in the mood for. I've come out to a little bit of Kid Cudi. I've come out to Mac Miller before, a little DMX. So that's some of my walkout songs. I don't have anything specific, though. So unemployment is at 11%, which it went down a little bit. 4.8 million jobs were gained in June. So that's a good sign for the economy, guys. Unemployment is down a couple of percent. I still think we're obviously in a recession. The numbers don't lie for that. Growth is down. So we're definitely not out of the woods, but it's a good thing to see that unemployment's going down and some people are getting these jobs back, because right now we don't know what jobs are going to be gone over the next couple of months. We don't know who's going to be going back to work or yet. We still have unemployment. What's going to happen when unemployment runs out at the end of this month? So we're still waiting to see. And as far as real estate so far, what I've seen, no changes yet. I haven't seen too many price drops, and that's mostly because there's nothing on the market. Nobody's really selling, so there's low inventory. And obviously, when there's not much for sale and there's a bunch of buyers trying to get in the market, that drives up the prices. That keeps them stable. So yeah. I mean, I'm waiting to see if this mortgage forbearance that the government's giving to people, because right now it's about 1 out of 10 people are using the mortgage forbearance. So meaning 1 out of 10 people are planning to pay their mortgage that they haven't paid over these last couple of months. They're planning to pay it over the next 6 months or a year. And I believe it got extended to 2 years. So you can kind of kick it down the road 2 years, your mortgages that you haven't paid yet. So that right there kind of keeps everything propped up as well. People are holding on to stuff, and I don't see much. I see the prices remaining stable right now. I do see some opportunity coming into the market next year. It just is a matter of when. So the biggest thing is patience, man. Patience right now. I'm low mortgage interest rates as well. That's something that's keeping prices up there as well, because people can afford more. So yeah, let's open it up for a couple of questions here. Joshua says, should there be a UFC pension? Yeah. I mean, I think so. Me personally, I don't need a pension. Okay, so for me, no, I don't need a pension. I wouldn't want one. But for a majority of fighters that don't have much financial advice, financial intelligence, I think they do need a pension because they need somebody pulling money out of their checks or out of their pay and at least putting it to the side. So when they're done fighting, there's something to fall back on. Because obviously that's a lot better than getting done fighting and not having any money. So yeah, great question, Joshua. I think to me, pension is a worst case scenario. Like that's the bare minimum, and they basically have those. So people, when they're done working, that they have something to fall back on, and they're not basically sitting there going, I didn't save anything over the 30 years that I worked, or 15, 20, 30, 40, whatever. So I think that's good for MMA fighters, for a majority of them. Warm here says, where are you at? Jose Armenta. Yeah, where's he at? Oh, 78 sound. Let's see. He's got a real estate question. I like it. Do you do the upkeep on your properties or hire? So 78 sound, great question. I personally, my wife handles all the property management. So she basically runs our property management and our real estate portfolio. So we do in each month, 78, we take out 10% of our rents and we put that into a maintenance account. And that's for, stuff that breaks down. That's for future expenses, replacing a roof. So yes, we handle our own upkeep. But down the road, eventually, when we get a little bit older and we want to sit back and do nothing, we'll just hire out at a property manager. We'll train somebody, pay them a good fee, and then kind of go from there. So great question, though. Raymond Martinez. What is up, Raymond? Happy Sunday. Did you see the first Namajunas and Andretti fight? Andretti didn't even come close to even tie a round. She was completely outclassed. The head spike was a freak accident. Now, I've seen it, but it's been a minute. I would have to refresh my mind, but I want to say, wasn't it the first round she got head spiked? Wasn't it the first or early second? I do remember Andrade doing good, but I remember it being early in the fight, Raymond, that she kind of got spiked. So I could be wrong. And yes, a little DMX, baby. We've come out to that. I came out to I Can Feel It by DMX. So all right. So okay, so Alex has got a question here. Can you do a video like Sugar Sean where you spar a YouTube fan? Yes, Alex. I was just thinking of that the other day, man. I would love to do a video choosing somebody off of YouTube to come in and spar and then upload it for the YouTube fam here and get going. I mean, what do you guys think? Would you guys want to do something like that? You guys can come in and spar. Spar me, Alex says. Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, I would be down. I would be down for that. All right. I want to where's the so Raymond, what's up with that the Rose fight? Was that the first round? What round did Rose get spiked on her head? Spar with me, yeah. Last Supper, spar with me. I would have to do something like sparring. I'd have to do kind of like a random pick or something. We'd have to do something cool, Jessica says she'd punch me for fun. Oh man, it's messed up. Just kidding. Be a sick video, yeah. Heavy spar. So Matthew says Rose picked her apart until the spike. Yeah, I see. I got to watch the fight again, but yeah, I mean, I think I think Rose can definitely pick her apart. Andretti is just tough. Andretti comes forward, throws bombs, getting after it. It was a boxing clinic. Where's Raymond? Raymond, where you at? We'll wait to see what he says. But what round was it? Tim R says the super chat champ versus the Fury. Yeah, maybe it'll be a super chat champ I choose, man. Oh man. So all right, do we have a couple more questions? I want to look up the Rose, what round that was. Let me see here. Because I want to say that was round 2. Yeah, okay. So let me see here. Yeah, so if it was round 2, Raymond, I don't see that being too dominant because early in the fight, man. Yeah, round 2. Okay. Yeah, it's the first round. It's kind of, you never know how it's going to go. We'll see. Obviously, Andrade could have had a good round that round, but it's still early in the fight. We got 5 rounds, 5-minute rounds. So Joshua says, do you believe that there's a science to fighting? Yes, absolutely. I believe there's a science to fighting. I believe there's part science, but then part just nature, man. I believe, you can't think your way fully through a fight. Intelligence helps in a fight, but a lot of it is instinct. A lot of it is feeling, and science is a part of it. But I don't think science is everything. I think what makes a fight is just the rawness, the naturalness of it. You see a lot of times guys that should on paper, when you think logically, when you think scientifically, this guy should win, but he doesn't. So that's a beautiful part about the sport, is it's not just science, but science and logic is part of it. Instinct and training, yep. Props from Belgium. How do you handle a loss? Is it hard to find your confidence back? It's not hard to find your confidence back. It's there. It never left. It's just dealing with the mind games of it. It's as hard as you want to make it, honestly. And I feel like some things to handle a loss: stay around the right people, get back out there sooner than later. Don't sit. You don't handle a loss by sitting around and thinking about it. You look at the mistakes you made, you learn from it, and you use it going forward. That's the best way to handle a loss. You don't really look at it as a loss. It's just a learning lesson. Yep. Kevin thinks that Masvidal takes the belt off Usman. Oh man, what do you guys think? You think Masvidal beats Usman? I could see it, man. Throwing them kicks, defending those shots. I could see it. Oh, Alex comes in. Thoughts on Elias Theodore? I feel bad for him. He used to fight in the UFC, and now he is fighting on local cards. He should be in Bellator. I think Elias is a good fighter. I think stylistically, maybe the UFC didn't like him. UFC doesn't really like point fighters that much. I mean, that's known. UFC, they don't like point fighters. And I know Elias was in and out, kicked a lot, but he had some good wins, and he beat some good guys. And I think he'd be a good fit for Bellator. I think he'd be. I think he just needs to do what's best for himself, Alex, wherever he can get paid the most. Because I'm sure UFC probably wasn't going to pay him anything crazy. So I just think he can go somewhere else and have some good opportunities. Yeah, from Canada, Ricardo. Yep, that's Elias. Yep, second round, Raymond. I overspoke a little bit, he said. That's all right, man. It's a lot of fights, dude. We watch a lot of fights. Sometimes it's like, going back, trying to remember what round, how the finish was. How will Dillashaw do without EPO, and do you see him regaining the belt? I don't. Let me see who's a title. I could see him regaining the belt. Like I don't think that's like out there and like impossible. I don't think that he will do as good though without EPOs and steroids. I just wonder though, does that stuff, even if you get off of it, does that stuff still stay in your system and help you for the next 6 months, a year, 2 years, or whatever? Because I've heard that when people do those types of drugs and performance enhancing substances, that they keep part of that with them. Like it changes them to the point where, maybe he's a little faster, maybe he's a little stronger. So yeah, I could see him coming back and making a run for the title. We'll see. Kuro the Tank, I got to see you fight in Dublin, Myles. It was an honor. My man, pound it. Boom. Yep. Dublin was awesome. What a great experience, man. Madness. Going there fighting Benson Henderson, that was an awesome experience. I'll remember that one forever, dude. Raymond Martinez, yep, second round. Yep. So we'll see. It's an interesting fight. Andretti's got all the skills to beat Thug. We'll just see how she shows up. And it's only a 3-round fight as well. So remember that. Maybe Andretti can take her down or just, push her back for 3 rounds. I think a 5-round favors Rose a little more. Joseph says, ask John Jones about the performance enhancing drugs. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've never done it. I don't know. I'd have to study it a little bit more, but to me, it just smells like weakness. Google account says, I honestly think the Dillashaw EPO was a one-time thing to be able to drop to 125 and fight Cejudo. Yeah, Google, and that's definitely a possibility. I know a lot of people have come out though and said TJ has been doing it for a while. But then again, you look at the other side of the coin, and a lot of the people that said TJ has been doing this for a while were former training partners of him and people that might not like him anymore because, he left the team and everything. So just looking at all angles, I don't know, man. EPO seems to me like it's a higher up one. Like, I don't think just some people are, I'm just going to randomly EPO this one time. Like, to me, from what I've learned about it, that takes, like, that'd be something that you would do after you've done a couple of other things, from my opinion. But again, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never done the stuff. I don't know Dillashaw personally. I don't hang around him because I think a lot of these guys are so hush hush and are so quiet about it, and just you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what people are doing behind the scenes. And USADA, everything that's going on with USADA, I don't even know if USADA is if it's number one bull crap or what, man. So can't trust a cheater. Yep. Oh, D. What's up, D? How you doing, my man? D's got a question. What's harder to go pro in, MMA, Muay Thai boxing, and why? Also, who's the one person you don't want to fight? Much love from Alabama, man. Love your videos. Awesome, D. Thank you, man. And shout out Alabama. Man, I gotta go down there one day, dude. That's the place I'd like to visit. What's harder to go pro in, MMA, Muay Thai boxing? Honestly, I would say all of them are about the same, D, because you can go pro and fight a turd, and you don't need a 4-year degree. You don't need 4 years of training. You just need to know somebody that will get you on a pro card. Some athletic commissions won't let you do that, but for a majority, you can get into a Muay Thai fight, a pro MMA fight, or a pro boxing fight and not have a bunch of experience. So I would say they're both all the same. And one person you don't want to fight, say my mom. I don't want to fight Mom. I love you, Mama. But great question, D. And welcome to the channel, brother. Jan versus Aldo, who do you think will take that and why? Again, like we were talking about this earlier, it goes back to who can push the other guy back. I could make a case for Jan pushing back Aldo, but then I could also make a case for Aldo pushing back Jan and beating him. If I'm going to go off the top of my head, I'm going to go with the hungrier guy. I'm going to go with Jan. I think Jan's going to beat Aldo. Sometimes you got to choose one. Joseph, yeah, Francis. I wouldn't want to fight Francis, man. Nah, that's another one. Tala, what's up? How do you figure a weight class? I'm 5'10", 185 pounds. So Tala, you have to choose well, you got to look at how much body fat you have. You got to look at what your weight is and what the weight is you're going to. And then you'll kind of be able to choose. And it's not a one size that fits all, Tala. Some people feel better being at a higher weight class. And some fighters feel better being at a lower weight class. So it's kind of like a trial and error process. You do the diet, you get down to a certain weight, try, training or fighting there, and you'll know, Tala, whether I like being bigger. Maybe I'll stay at 185. I won't cut much weight, or maybe you'll like 170. Yep. 21. Yeah, I mean, honestly, too, Tala, I would get talk to a nutritionist. Dean, that's on the channel as well here. And I believe Dean might be the super chat champ so far today. I'll go back and check it. But Dean and me, we actually have a good guy, Eric Pena, works a lot with George Lockhart and Leith. They are top shelf. They do all the UFC weight cuts. They put us on a diet, help us get our weight down, do it professionally, Tala. So I would definitely suggest looking into something like that. Google account. I want to buy a second house to rent it out. Any tips for an inspiring first-time landlord? Yes. Buy something that has cash flow. Run your numbers. Get your credit up, because your credit's going to be big if you want to get a loan. Make sure you got a good credit score. And just put together a game plan, man. Put together a game plan. Where are you going to buy it? What price point do you want to buy at? Look up some of the expenses, taxes, insurance, what it's going to cost you. But yeah, get it, Google, get it, my man. And there's a lot to it. It's a learning process, and especially your first one, that is the most nervous one, Google. But yeah, I would suggest those are some tips to get started. Andy, well, brother, I've been following your career for a while now. Even more respect for you now. Thank you, Andy. Boom. Gracias, amigo. Will fighting on short notice have more of a negative effect on Usman or Masvidal? You know what? I think Masvidal's been training, man. I don't think he's been sitting around doing nothing. I think it's going to be a good thing. I think Masvidal's going to be fresh, and I think Usman is obviously been training as well. So I don't think that's going to affect either of them. You're into investing. Have you looked into cryptocurrencies at all and blockchain techs? Cheers. Andy, I've looked into it a little bit. It's just not my cup of tea. I like tangible assets. I like assets that have been proven through history a little bit more. And I like more control. I like tax benefits. Just a lot of the advantages you get when you invest in real estate. Jamal, I like the way you predict fights. Very fair and logical. Yep, definitely, man. Just try and look at it and give you guys my take, my experience. Maybe some of you guys are betting, and I don't know. Maybe this can help you with your bets. Joseph Burns says Masvidal is getting the flying knee ready. Damn! Imagine if he did that, huh? Imagine if he came out, switched, bow, caught Usman, won the title, knocked him out. I know Askren would be happy. I know Askren would be like, yes, people stop talking about me getting kneed. Usman just got it. Oh, man. Yeah. All right, guys. All right. Hey, happy Sunday. Love you guys. I'm going to pump out another video this week. Shout out to the Super Chat champ. I believe it's Dean or it might be Alex. But I'll go through it, put you guys in a video coming up, give you some love, give you a shout out. And I'll see you guys next time. Happy Sunday.